cerebral Valorant we've seen this stage has been on the back of Team Liquid's calls, and now they face a FUT that is clinging on for dear life. And Team Liquid burning up very little in that initial fight. They have plenty for the retake if it even gets to that stage. xeus is holding the line for the first double. And now the two-man advantage and all the will be dangerous instead. krodstaly's only got one man pushing him, so not as much danger.
Yeah, so the only danger was that if Nat somehow won that, I would have been a spike on the ground. But him finding information, what's a route back in the other direction? Instead, though, early pressure is going to deny the fall back towards the B site. And FUT taking a long time here. That's the thing that's starting to worry me. 30 seconds available. Sociable, however, has already found the opener. Trades back thick and fast. And now the spike has to reroute again.
Back to this Cypher setup. They knew he started here. Nat's only looking to do damage, hoping trexx can trade. And that's exactly what my man does. Liquid looking for a third round, and it's locked in. You gotta look at FUT in that round. Slow to react when they saw the Cypher camp pop. Well, they spotted the aggression on A. It's not too late to get back into this game, but losing this round here, that's gonna steepen the slope to an uncomfortable degree. Kamo's moved to the left side now, ready to combine with xeus, keep that control, and they're not even looking on the way through. It looks...
And FUT, they get to show us anything, even on this map as well. Sop's dead again.
Kamo's running it down almost as a distraction. He leaves that space open for xeus to walk right into. He doesn't know where to look, though. Yetujey wasn't spotted. And that late re-clear from the attacker as well, it's actually working to catch xeus on the way back, just to confirm that space. Running through Garage, they know they've got it for a while. And then when they don't anymore, well, he's here to watch it. And Yetujey's found that out the hard way.
And now a two-man disadvantage, time ticking down, more passive angles being held. xeus not wanting to give up some of those positions. And again, now they have the full force of the squad ready and raring to go. They have a couple of ultimates to play with if they want to, but they're almost just looking at this from a perspective of, okay, you're boxed in now. We know that each of these players is within the site. How are you going to try and fight out of this? And there's one at least. That's a decent start. trexx going down, removes a little bit of the utility. The TP across is bold from Sociable and not expected. He's managed to escape, and at least xeus manages one. Sociable's position should be known, or at least a rough idea of where he is. The problem, though, is he could just spam from this position. A third already. A chance for them to get this onto the board, and xeus is just trying to stick it, waiting to bait him in, and he force FUT into a fight towards that A site, which is exactly what Liquid want. They've rotated a third player into position. Still, none of that has been spotted. Now there's 4 players here. Genuinely, they are calling a perfect game. They are forcing FUT into the positions exactly where they want them to be. And now they look to swing. trexx picks off one, and every
push down mid to start that round. Now we're back to normal play, but FUT want to accelerate. This is where they've stood the best chance. Both players trapped in short. The first is found, the second spotted. Beautiful work. It shouldn't go wrong from here.
Oh, but that's Odin. Has at least managed to bring back one. Even still, though, 3 ults down for FUT to get into this site and having an advantage. It's not going to be a round to remember necessarily, but maybe it will be a round. I think that's the most important thing at this point, getting something onto the board. Even still, Kamo looking to swing through, has an isolated fight, but he died. You can see how aggressive this defensive side has become. Kamo going to reclaim some space, and he's managed to get his ultimate online, but immediately traded. It won't play a part in this round, and FUT, again, with a more direct take, an opportunity for trexx to maybe even things up, but he hasn't connected onto anybody just yet. It's delayed the plant, allowed for a rotation to come in, and Sop, I feel like he's been sleeping at the wheel so far this game, and up against a player like Nat, you can't afford to be asleep.
I thought we'd be talking about Purpo, Kamo, but it's Nats to take him down. It's messy from krodstaly, but the cage being up, it's actually bought him just enough time. They emerge from it. A man down, the advantage no longer in their hands, and Sociable locks it in for FUT, it seems. Nats needing another big play. The spam to threaten him into the open. He's got the fight he wanted, and an idea of where krodstaly might be. He'll even even catch him for the fourth!
Why.
The VAR's checking the score. We might rescind a round. No, I'm kidding, of course. Kicks, that paranoia has just saved his life. He was about to have 4 players swinging on him, but he's made it out. Now the refight comes in. Kicks claims his in the end, and it's a man advantage with trexx down. We're into the 4v3. The reposition, nasty by Kicks. He's got backup as well. Kamo's now the man holding that line in the walkout. Giving the game away a little bit by failing to shoot the reveal, and yetujey's picked up Kicks. The ult is awful! It's a dreadful display! And Team Liquid stumbling, faltering for what feels like the first time. They've let the round go.
Oh, Purpo. This should be impossible. Like, look at the crossfire that's currently in play. It would have to be the mistake of the day, and I don't think it's...
Liquid, when you've got this much tape on how you play, oh, they know. They know what you're doing. But Purpo's being caught off here. Kamo only good for the 1. And with that foot, and with a real chance to put 3 on the board before this half is done. Certainly doesn't shine a light on the previous attack side performances, but it's a damn sight better than 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello.
Pistol round will put them back into contention. Hunter's Fury being utilized a little early, trying to disrupt.
No one's looking.
But even still, from behind, Kicks isn't going to get anything. And for Nat, 17 HP. I don't know where sociablE's going. But even getting out of heaven, there should be no way that Nats can get anything from this position. The 3rd round feeling cemented, and yetujey
couldn't find a way in. Now they just need to keep Team Liquid out. sociablE left with that task and left the round. Seconds later, krodstaly's on fire, but not in a good way. The wall, the hot hands, everything at his feet, and he couldn't make it out. He couldn't find a safe spot. And with that, the man advantage locked in. Nats covering the flank. Sop will be taken down with ease again. Nat seems to be his kryptonite. Perhaps just the kryptonite of FUT in general as he strikes again. You're about to see a man have just the worst day when everybody rounds that corner. There's a first at least.
That's not bad. And they have bought into this round. They've gambled in to try and make this work, and whoa, it doesn't look like yetujey's having a bad day at all. He is surviving on the back of that side. In fact, he will survive.
Success for the defense if Sop can hold that corner. In fact, he swings in the spams. Not kind to anyone.
No, they like to do that. They drop the smoke from a high, give him a chance to fight. Kamo with his ult is trying to fight through, but it's also a distraction. Again, using his ultimate to distract away from Nat swinging in, but they deal with him on a 1-for-1 trade, which so far has been pretty good. A smile on their face.
Well, yeah, I gotta say, after that first half, the attack side being so abysmal, not sure what that first cage was. After that first half, I really didn't believe in them bouncing back, but they're starting now. But sooner or later, they'll step into it. And there's an opening duel for Sop.
A good start to the round and an immediate fade away to reclaim some position for Liquid. Going into their big buy round, it is not the start they were looking for. And the funny thing is, elsewhere on the map, there's not a lot of aggression from FUT at all. You expect this team to be pushing the boundaries, to taking A control, to pressuring outside. They are completely passive. They are waiting for Liquid to try and make a move. And any level of aggression would have its risks about it. Now, does yetujey check? He looks like he half-checked it. And that's enough to clear out at least some of the utility, but more importantly, get the information available. Liquid look to hightail towards that C side of the map where there is currently an opening. Although you can see in it, I thought for a second it was about to be Sop running in, but no, he decides to stay passive.
It's that timing from Nats that terrifies me, but he might be forced to make a move sooner rather than later. They didn't check Kamo!
One enemy
he evidently had camouflage. They went right past him. Time though. The problem is Nats is left alone, taps the spike to draw the fight, but the wraparound is on. Get it in the end. krodstaly can't quite get close enough, but he's evaded.
However, this was also just manic. The fact that Kamo is able to stay alive in that corner. But krodstaly, again, we talk about this, these clutch moments. A 1v3 with Nats having the best of krodstaly, that sometimes he was overshadowed. Well, I think as of recent, he has really started to shine.
Cage is giving it away. They know that Nats is here, and they are hunting him down. Everything thrown at him. 3 players in a Hunter's Fury. They'll catch him in the end. Sop emerging from a smoke, catches trexx and Kicks, is all alone. We talked about this even in the interview at Nats before the game. how they like to play this aggressive style. They like to come right out the gates and flood into that space, challenge you.
It looks like it's going the other way.
Well, the blunted blade of Sup seems sharp again, and Team Liquid are being cut down to size. 10 rounds of the board for so long now, but the streak from FUT has brought them back to even. Big stack up on A man lost, and yetujey, the walking wounded. It's confusing for FUT to see nothing on the other side. Zeus with space towards C, no steps heard. The freeze from Liquid, will it get a reaction out of the defenders? Will someone get curious and give another pick away?
No way, the smoke. Oh, I thought that was going to work in sociabl's favor. Nats' position still not revealed. You said it, yetujey is desperately low. It's looking set for Liquid to reclaim their lead. But Sop, the human turret from above, the re-aggression. Camo's winning all of those fights. The whole point is he's meant to almost be baiting for Nats to give his IGL positioning, but
30 seconds.
instead, he's done the hard work. And now for FUT, not really any value in saving. As said, they've got credits galore. It's how much they think they can realistically do from this scenario. Sop believes, which, considering how far away his teammate is a little surprising.
Getting out of there seemed impossible and proved to be. Said the confidence didn't go anywhere. Maybe it should after that play.
They're giving Camo the ace. Or try
2 away from a run it back. That's the only thing. He said FUT have a lot of credits. They don't really need to save those weapons. Well, now they've given options to the other side. An op if they wanted it, but more importantly, coming into the next round.
I think that's why we saw the change. At the same time, he goes for the plant. Never mind the plant. Sop almost losing his life, but instead it's the spam of sociablEE. He expected them to fight for that orb, and he didn't even kill the players that went to get it.
A fish in a thin barrel. An easy spam, easy connection. Sup on the op finds another, and the swing just gives Sup the trade. The play of the tournament, perhaps. 3 in front and 1 behind. That's not a bad start, but just a simple trade. yetujey either takes the kill or causes it in the aftermath. It's a fancy dart. It's got the reveal. It's a C-long necessary, but it leaves them with quite a bit. Still the paranoia. Well, never mind. That paranoia is gone. xeus has been shot in the head on backside. With him down, we lose one of the slowing mechanics. FUT might be able to fill in that little bit easier. Purpo, though, stands in their way. Only the one found behind the wall. Camo looks to emerge, but it's sociablE catching him off guard, leaving Nats alone. And with the defuse underway, that
he can't do anything.
I'm not sure is going to help for FUT.
12 to 11. Look at the positions from FUT. They are ready for this. They are waiting for this. yetujey already going to close out one, but the swing from Zeus hasn't worked out. yetujey doesn't care, though. He's going to swing alone, and KROSTALY is so aware of the position of xeus. They were ready. The remaining 2 having to clutch this back. They were moments away. Full stun, everybody running to the B site, and there is nobody there.
Yeah, they were rushing to the wall to defend the breach, but the cracks were elsewhere as yetujey's found out, paying his life for that information. And a lurk from Camo that is far behind the pack. I'll struggle to anticipate this one as the A site's been lost. The spike trailing a little bit worryingly. And all's well and good as Camo catches the double on the lurk, the triple evading him. sociablE at least giving FUT a chance, but a slim one.
There's another layer to this as well. There's so many players just left in.
Has a sneaking suspicion that he knows where this man might be, and well, he looked the wrong way. KROSTALY, a risk taken by Nats, the man with the Spectre. Usually you'd see the pistol, and possibly the pistol who's one away from having the orb that you really like, but instead, no one's getting an orb.
Either way. The defense are already getting aggressive. A contact made. But there's a second layer to this. Sop also pressuring, but that's an upgraded weapon for Nats. In these sort of rounds, that's absolutely fine. It puts them up to rifles across the board. But clearly the plan was to throw out a wide net in this round because the spike was all the way back in the spawn. now being retrieved, but the defense are not just sitting pretty. They're looking to clear some of these closer angles. Zeus not ready for kicks, and yetujey had already gone back to the A site.
Kicks has gone back to clear KROSTALY, but FUT are the ones to come out ahead in that fight. An even playing field now. The numbers not there to defend. sociablEE a little off the angle, and Purpo, the beautiful little one-way thrown up. A cloudburst to set himself up for success. A door he closed himself. Very hesitant in that early fight. That sense of trepidation replaced by patience on mid. Zeus caught on the walkout. An opening pick as the op now goes to search. Sop going to find himself with a few targets coming his way. The first locked in with ease. He's managed to backpedal his way to the B site.
30 seconds left.
Only gap really though is Purpo. Even if he doesn't catch yetujey here, it's about him sneaking through. They've left the door open and only now go to check it. Luckily, kicks is caught. FUT still standing just about in this round with an advantage.
God, they still need something from yetujey. Either just survival or at least getting one. They're going to slow them down. The spike has been caught, but never mind. yetujey doesn't expect Kamo to be there. So even though it's going to be a late plant, it is going to be a plant nonetheless. Back into a 3v3 scenario. Operator given over to sociablEE because he's low on HP. They're going to have to try and clear this back corner, and Purpo hasn't really been missing today. Sop at least waking up, but also you got that crossfire held by Kamo, and trexx is also watching his buddy. Sop at least managing to get one onto the side, but the patience of Kamo is rewarded. A chance for a lineup, and Sop knows that time is ticking away. The recovery. Let's listen in to their team comms to see if they have the answer.
It's gonna overkill me.
Don't say anyone.
They smoke, they smoke. Walk side to
80 on him.
Can you close door, Nikita?
I will try.
Behind the box, guys. It's going to be hard for me to help you. Hard for you? Can you close the door? Wait, I have. You didn't see anyone here, yeah? You only walked up.
Remaining. Spike down.
Outpost city. Nice try. So he has this one.
What a round from
On
yetujey.
the work that Sop did in the previous. Another big play for FUT, 2 in a row. That should be the confidence sky high yet again. And yetujey with another block built on top. Success after success. These rounds have taken a turn for the better. The triple flank on the way. I don't think trexx is ready for what's coming around that corner. And KROSTALY, the first man, was more than enough.
Well, this is tough now, because you got that pit on the site, but you're going to lose a lot of the control behind. It doesn't really block off players from making out of spawn, so even though you have the pit, you are ultimately surrounded. The flash leaves Purpo completely blind. Into the site goes one, and already they are getting wiped out. That Viper's pit barely lasted a second.
Liquid not making it as far into the lead as FUT. Again on the back, it plays from yetujey. This time with Sop. They fight their way not just through this.
How is that not a kill?
It's not just the attack inside.
When you're able to pick off yetujey, I think that works, but now he's causing the problems, and while speaking of problems, they stunned up the player with the drone. trexx had no way of surviving that, and they've even thrown the showstopper in. That was almost round over. It may still be.
The timing there as well. Sop has slipped the gaze of kicks. That could work out in favor for Liquid. A man behind enemy lines. But yetujey caught. In fact, that's all the players almost surrounded. Kamo running forward, making noise, drawing their eye. The molly to slow them down, but they ran through it. Zeus gave his life for the play, but kicks strikes for only one. An advantage that could have been greater, but he's willing to capitalize early as the second layer of the flank comes through. If the second isn't enough, the third would be. Purpo joining him now. They've got the spike on lockdown and only Sop to deal with. But this isn't that half-one Sop of before. This is one who's confident. Look at the aggression. Walking out into mid with an op. And if he keeps going, he might just cut them off.
Oh, it's all down to timing. If any of them step,
30 seconds left.
This game over. Does he? He's watching. He's watching. He's looking in the right direction. I don't know how he knows, but he does. He's seen him reading off where they go, and he's trying to get round the corner with a shorty. I don't know if he expected kicks to be low. I feel like he should have an idea that he's not. Either way, he's made it back to the site.
10 seconds
Only
left.
one bullet left
Spike planted.
in this shorty. It needs to be dead accurate, and it is.
When it comes to Summit, but right now, FUT are on 4 in a row. They're matching everything.
There's no doubt about it. Individual brilliance. Burbo's like, yeah, I'm going to try and displace his aim by flying up in the air at rapid speed. Not quick enough. Double it, give it to the next person. You're not getting past SOP with that. And again, they look to play into the retake, giving up that A-site control. We've seen post plants from Liquid in this position before, but let's be real, they have a lot less to play with here.
Now, of course, he's up against the low buy, and he shows no fear. SOP, perhaps a man who needs to cool down. It looks like he's overheating, but it doesn't have any effect to be that man, but, well...
He makes things look
What a
so
round.
easy. Sure, it's a weak buy, but
Look at him
like,
just
there we go.
picking his
Look,
off the
that's
end.
where the aftershock went through, and he dives directly into it.
He looks genuinely mad.
Yeah,
Let's say
so what are you
right
doing?
now. You're making the wrong play. The guy is feeling it. And for Team Liquid, they have to find a way to cancel him out. All thrown towards the B site. It does get SOP to rotate. And they picked off Zeus. Nats is the one taking the
yetujey left on an island once again. There is a rotation. And actually, he just eliminated kicks like it was nothing.
SOP's coming to watch us back.
That was almost meant to be the surprise factor, but yeah, he's
Okay.
taking the angle. This
gap
was the
anymore.
one position that could be the fly through, and instead, Popo's got to think, well, for a second ago I had a gap. But that gap dissipated. trexx is in a good spot. yetujey going through, it's a little bit too much. Even still, though, it puts it down to a 2 versus 1, and this time, SOP, I was going to say not going to be overconfident, but he is. He's running it down. He's running straight into his opponent. krodstaly has revealed exactly where he is.
Cave to watch the gap they just created.
Where's
and
he
that's
going?
Liquid with a misread on
going?
timing. We don't normally see
where
that.
is he going?
Oh, okay, SOP. Now we can say he's overheated, and that flame has been snuffed out.
Yeah, they wanted to crush them in this round. An attempted pincer from the B site and crossing into mid. I don't mind the idea, but it has failed miserably, and yetujey is called upon again, and well, this time he's baited by the spike. Tries to turn around, and sociablEE. A breach 1v5 clutch. The agent not really necessary, and
Hello?
you know, that's, you had it for free. There you go. I think maybe when you lose one angle, another one will reveal itself. Showstopper out, but kixx has picked him out of the air. An important kill to keep his teammate alive. SOP still waiting around middle, but again, this is the Liquid pause, the thing that was working for them at the beginning of this map, to put them in position, and what this time, SOP not quite able to pull off the flick. Instead, they're looking to try and clear the man that has been on this A site all the time. I imagine they would consider it to be yetujey, but he's actually swapped up. And although the Cosmic Divide goes down for them, I think it's actually helped out Liquid more.
Leaving that mid space and leaving the door open is a death sentence. And against a man who loves to lurk, well, it'll make no difference because he's walked in and everyone's already dead. Catching krodstaly, the cherry on top of this round is Liquid. Landing themselves a plant in a 5v2. Viper's Pit available. And I don't imagine they'll be
Best of
safe.
them. So many angles to clear, so many covered, and trexx is already going to make sure that this round is an impossibility. But maybe has accepted his fate, looks to try and maybe improve the KD slightly.
Continue in that upper bracket for FUT. A map up. They can lock it in here and be just one win away. Team Liquid, they've got to battle back in the pistol, and it's a bit of a bloodbath, but looking favored to the defense to start.
Well, yeah, if this is going to be how this game goes, just the sheer level of pace is being thrown out. yetujey under serious pressure, but again, looking to make a diamond-level play. It leaves just one remaining, down to just trexx. His teammates crushed, but he's known for these moments. sociablEE and krodstaly found themselves in a post-punt, normally safe pair of hands, and even still some utility on the belt of sociablEE to play with. trexx was expecting some sort of flank to come out. But it has never shown its face. The crossfire of players should make this impossible. He's got the expectation that krodstaly is here, but doing something about it is difficult. Stun even going to come through. He's going to be in this round.
Purple wants to challenge, step back in after the smoke's gone. The man advantage with FUT, maybe not for long. Kill onto Zeus, damage onto Sop as well. He's down to 23, just dodged a shock dart to stay alive. But
back.
Yeah, Nat's going back in. There's a little bit crazy. And trexx might have lost his mind. They were crunching from the other side, and they're even not crunching together right. And going back in that direction, they'll turn a quick eye, and your boys will clean up. But then Camo's like
maybe do the same. However, let's listen in to the team currently in the lead.
Sana smoke verdim.
Sağ ol. Arkaya baksana.
Alacağım abi.
Kanka şey dikkat et. Kanka çıkar.
Drop'u aldım.
Smoke çıkışına bakıyorum. Plant'i versene bana.
Okan arkana
Yetu
smoke atarım.
smoke'ların var mı default
Bir tane var.
smoke'lar?
We need to wave it. We need to wave it ASAP.
Go, I'm gonna flash
I'm gonna
here,
one-way triple.
Go. I'm waving already.
Rich is going main.
Walk out,
going main.
walk out.
Okay, walk out. Rich went main, guys.
Wall is over, boys.
Gotta be
Maybe
behind
drop.
I'm aiming left.
Guys, I want to TP triple with
One more drop. Raise drop.
I'm
gonna
drop.
TP
Go,
triple.
go. I wall your drop.
Nothing below.
Wait on me.
Oh, the bridge full.
Play triple.
Ah be abi. Go get him.
You just save, guys. Go save me, guys.
They got bridge full, bro.
Well, it looks like they're running for the hills, Tom. Weapons carried over for Team Liquid. The only thing they'll leave behind is that rifle and their pride, perhaps. With 11 on the board now, FUT maybe feeling the fights a little bit better when they're through that elbow, but instead, FUT take this fight towards the B side. Another passive stance. Kicks delaying with the paranoia, but Purpo missed a crucial shot. Now they're on him, and he's forced into main. We're waiting as yetujey. A beautiful stun from sociablEE. Puts Purpo out of commission. Kicks, trips and falls, and Camo. Hot hands are going to get him one. With sociablEE down, ult online. He might have a chance to get them back into this. The grab well is delaying him by a little bit. Ult down to half by the time he makes it to the site. But he's caught Zeus looking the wrong way. yetujey falls with him. And Team Liquid, very interesting wall indeed. Normally we see this more to compete for main, compete for mid. Instead, this is locking off that control for a retake, but he sat on site. He's surrounded! Didn't even see Sop coming. The shot landed onto trexx with a deep run through. trexx had no idea what was coming his way. And that Hunter has to be furious with the ult falling flat. FUT miles in the lead. Even a C's insult to injury. Liquid might almost have to consider a save, but they need this round.
Oh, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. And even if they get one, it's traded. A 2v. It seems impossible. Yeah, I thought they'd save, as you said, like when it was 3, but now they're boxed in. Because you best believe that sociablEE isn't going to stop pushing. You best believe there aren't other players running around. Look at the way Sop's just sprinting around the entirety of the map. They are trying to lock them into these positions. There is no escape from this spot. Well, Purpo's going to try and dance for his life. But he start walking up, expecting somebody to be here. It's whether or not they can win this fight. First shot, stun, but trexx does escape around the corner as a teammate for support. But even still, trade coming in from krodstaly. Kicks is fighting for his life on that side, but he's fighting well! 4 kills! He should have been dead long ago! But he has given Liquid a lifeline. Spike on the ground. He's not hunting for that ace, but he might just be gifted it. sociablEE looking to wrap the corner, and Kicks, he can't quite close it. But his teammate will.
To the lowers.
Now we always talk about the Liquid lower bracket runs, so I'm sure they don't want to go there so soon. Camo again. He's won them so many rounds off the back of this ultimate. Quick trigger. And no one lost on the other side. Kicks is also going walkabouts. A freebie on sociablEE. A second as well. And Liquid.
And he might get that pick. It's Kamo that's in danger. Rolling Thunder straight through to this connector, and it's off rip. Kamo has no escape from this. He needs to hit the shot, and it's impossible against Sop.
They did it just to kill one man. That
Worth
one
it.
man for them felt like a worthwhile trade, and they spotted a second man. Sop's
16 HP.
only low, but it didn't matter.
Spike planted.
Maybe the fake comeback for Liquid. They need to win a 3v5. Now Sop's low. Zeus is low. No ultimates to play with on one side, a Viper's Pit on the other, but they still have utility to delay, to slow. And they're going to have to wait that out.
Getting the slow here as well to make use of Sop's low HP. He's gone around on the flank. He'll be coming through mid, and Liquid need to be quick. The Viper's Pit put through to make it uncomfortable, but everything being watched still. The Pit, it won't cover that much space. It makes it difficult to